Hello there everybody, this is Nayush here, and today it has been exactly 1 year since I've completed my LP series of DKC3. God, I hate this game. Yeah, I said that a lot through the LP, didn't I? Hard to believe that's basically what I've become known for now. But I guess I did bring out myself by putting in so much hype for it. From multiple community posts saying that I was going to be playing it, to the poll and video I made that would shake my channel up forever. It's still hard to believe just how many subscribers I got compared to back then, and whether I like it or not, I do believe a big part of it is because of DKC3. However, there is some behind the scenes stuff that I thought may be fun to share, so if that interests you, stick around and we'll discuss it. Or just skip to the end, where I have a major announcement. Up to you. So some of you may know, on my past channel, which is still up by the way, I actually was trying to do an LP of DKC3, along with Dino Crisis, which, yes, I still haven't finished all these years later intentionally because I still want to do a blind LP of that. Note to self, get back to that soon. Seriously, I want to play Dino Crisis again, but just so much is going on all at the same time, gosh darn it! But back on topic. I was a college student at the time, and DKC3 was still relatively new to me. And back then, believe it or not, I hated the game.
What a twist!
Even more than I do now. But for some backstory, my first actual time playing DKC3 was when I ran it at Blockbuster when I was a little kid. Yes, I had the N64 at the time, but it's not like I left my Super Nintendo to rot or anything like that. In fact, the Super Nintendo I still play to this day is the original one my parents bought for themselves before I was even born. Just a little fun fact for you. I did play Super Mario 64 and some other N64 games as well, but that doesn't mean I stopped loving Super Mario World and both Donkey Kong Country games. I sucked at them, don't get me wrong. Like, really sucked at them. Literally took me years before I won my first Mario Party game. I wish I was joking on that. But I wanted to beat them all one day so badly, so I just kept playing and playing and playing until eventually I did. Then came the day I saw Donkey Kong Country 3 at Blockbuster and thought to myself, oh wow, they made another Donkey Kong Country? I love the first two, this has gotta be great, this must be a treat, I gotta rent it! Little did I know, that would be one of the biggest mistakes of my entire life. I played with my sister all the way up to the World 1 boss, and since I was a little kid at the time and really sucked at video games, I died. A lot. I eventually just gave up, concluding the game wasn't as fun as the first two. Or maybe I just decided to go back to Super Mario 64 and say, I like this game better. But hey, even if I wanted to keep going, my parents only rented the game for a day, so it's not like I could keep going if I wanted to. But then many years later, I got curious. I started watching YouTube eventually and watched some videos of people playing DKC3. And I thought to myself, looks like I dodged a bullet. These levels don't look all that fun. But then finally, the Wii comes out, with the Virtual Console and all that. By this time, I was a college Yoshi and kinda stressed out. I need a good game to play to help me relieve my stress. I could only play so much Mortal Kombat before I need something more after all, so I decided to take a gamble. I bought DKC3 on the Virtual Shop. Little did I know this was going to be the most frustrating time I've ever had just trying to play a video game. By this point in my life, I had 100% DKC1 and 2 multiple times, so I decided, what the heck, let's go for 103% in my first playthrough. Big mistake. Because between the banana birds and the bonus stages, my blood was boiling like it hadn't in literal years. I almost finished the game, but once I got to Swoopy Salvo and the Lost World, I gave up. I couldn't bear to play this game anymore. So that was it. That was the end of my journey, even if it is from one of my favorite game franchises of all time. But as the years went on, it ate away at me. I continued to replay DKC 1 and 2, sometimes 100%, but usually not in the case of DKC. For anyone wondering why I love DKC 1 so much more than 2, that's kinda why. It's so much more fun when you're just blasting through the levels almost like a speedrun. That in itself is like a game to me, see if I can beat my high score. Plus DKC 1 doesn't have Climber's Galleon. I hate that level. So much. You Glimmer. Seriously. But back on topic. I always felt kind of bad I never finished the LP on my old channel and never 100% DKC3. Why? Honestly, I don't know. I guess it's because it was the last Donkey Kong game from my childhood that I never 100%ed before, and I knew one day I would have to fix that. Next year will officially mark my 10th year on this YouTube channel. And if we count the OG channel from 2010, I'll have been on YouTube for 17 years. Wow. I've been here for almost 17 years now, and yet despite all that time, I still haven't reached 1,000 subscribers, and am still relatively unknown by all. I wasted my life! One of the big things I knew I wanted to do when I came onto this new channel was finish what I started on the old channel. Yes, I know, I'm going to get to it. It's just hard to find free time when I can play it without being interrupted is all. I'm a very busy Yoshi whether I like it or not. And I really don't like it. Seriously, full-time jobs suck. But anyways, one of the big ones was DKC3. In fact, here's a fun fact for you. I actually planned on doing DKC3 a lot sooner. In fact, the original plan was to do it the following year after DKC2's LP. That didn't end up happening though. Obviously. Every time I tried to sit down and play it, I always backed out. At this point I had already played it for YouTube with my sister after all, and that was a mostly terrible time. I say mostly because honestly, DKC3 can be a bit of fun when you aren't the only one suffering.
This game! Shut up!
Yeah, I never did apologize for putting you through that, did I? So you're watching this? Sorry, sis. Maybe I can make up to you by playing some Pocahontas on Game Boy in the future. I'm not getting a Christmas card from you this year, am I? Of course, with that playthrough at DKC3, we weren't really going for 100%, mainly because I'm pretty sure I would have broke one of my controllers if I tried that. Or maybe she would have. I don't know. But that playthrough also taught me something important about DKC3. When you're just playing the game casually, not stressing over 100%, it's not terrible. It's not great or a masterpiece, don't get me wrong. It's more like a 6 out of 10 for me, mainly because the bad levels weigh it down so much. But I don't think it's much of a chore to play that way, just like with DKC1. So I guess you could say when I say I hate this game, I'm only referring to 100%ing it. Something I think I should have stressed more in the LP itself. Speaking of which, like mentioned before, I did build this up quite a bit. I don't know if the posts are still active. Seriously, I'm not scrolling through a year's worth of posts just to find them. But I kept dropping subtle hints that DKC3 was coming soon. But then I went the extra mile and made that poll, which honestly went the way I was expecting it to. But that's when I had the idea. What if I try something different with this LP? What if I try to make it into something bigger? And thus, the deal video was made. I will indeed do a Let's Play series of Donkey Kong Country 3 when and if I reach 500 subscribers in 2024. You all help me out, and I will let you all enjoy my pain and suffering by playing through one of my most hated games of all time, if not my most hated game of all time. Originally it was just a silly gimmick that I was pretty sure was going to flop hard. I mean, come on. A nobody like me getting 500 subscribers? Ha! As if. Never gonna... Oh crap, it happened. Didn't see that coming. Even if I hadn't reached 500 subscribers, I did at least plan on making some sort of video on DKC3. Probably more like a Night Yoshi Talks About, but when I saw there was a real interest in the series, I knew I had to do it. But of course I can't take all the credit for this one, as I have to give a special thank you to my good friend Super Joe Bros, as I firmly believe if I hadn't mentioned it on his live streams, I don't think I would have got as much attention as I did. And speaking of Joe... The stage was set, and now it's time for me to prepare for DKC3. I had already done some subtle hinting to it in my Super Mario Strikers LP. Alright, before I get to the next game though, I need a drink. Let's see here. What the? There's the vanilla Coke I was looking for. Let's get back to the game, shall we? But now it's time to take it more seriously. Also, fun fact for you guys. I was originally going to do more scenes with that DKC3 cartridge and other LPs of mine leading up to it, but since I was in the process of moving at the time, I didn't really have the time to do them. Just to give a sample, in one LP I was going to say, it's been a long day, I need a shower. Open up the shower door to find the game in there waiting for me. I do wish I could have filmed more of those scenes, but sadly, it just wasn't meant to be. Why those silly jokes, I hear you ask? Because like mentioned earlier, I want the DKC3 LP to be different from the rest. This might sound crazy, but with this one, I really wanted to tell a story with it. My story of my struggle with DKC3. That's where the 500 subscriber special comes in. Hello everybody, this is Nayoshi here. Today we're celebrating my recent accomplishment, 500 subscribers! Yay! While I did of course want to celebrate my milestone, I also wanted to further the story I was trying to tell. That being the story of someone who just can't let go of the past. Also, for anyone wondering about this scene, leave me alone!
Honestly, I wish I could skip this one.
Ah! It's a reference to the Akira meme, which I'm not going to show here for copyright reasons. I couldn't finish on my old channel even. What makes me really think I can do it now? There's only one solution left. I quit. Also, fun fact for this scene in particular, I was originally going to remove the hat off screen, since the hat has always been a major character thing for me, but for whatever reason I just decided to go with that take, and I think it works just fine. Guess it just felt more powerful actually letting my hair show and then do it off screen. But as they say, at the end of every tunnel is a light.
Hey, don't say that, Knight. You are many things, but a quitter is not one of them.
What? Super Joe Bros of Super Joe Bros? That's how you know you made it on YouTube, when you got another YouTuber appearing in your video. I knew in order to tell the story I wanted to tell, I needed someone that could be my voice of reason. The one to tell me that giving up isn't the right choice, and thankfully my friend Joe was more than willing to join in on this. I'll admit, I was kinda nervous to ask him at first because my initial thought was, he's a big star, he doesn't have time for a nobody like me, but thankfully Joe said yes to not just one appearance, but two. But we'll get to that second one later. I always, since my old channel days, wanted to do some sort of crossover with another YouTuber, and that day had finally arrived. It may seem like a small cameo to some, but to me it really meant the world that he was able to take some time out of his day to appear in my silly video. Also, another fun fact for you guys, after Joe's pep talk, before I said I'm taking you down DKC3 or whatever it is I said, I was going to have a few clips of my actual subscribers saying encouraging things to get me motivated. Kind of like that scene in Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door before you take on the final boss. However, I made a stupid choice with that, because I posted on YouTube instead of Discord, you know, where folks can easily message me and provide their voices. So yeah, that was my bad. I blame no one but myself on that one. Maybe a sign I should start a Discord channel of my own someday. Let me know if you'd all be interested in that. But with all that, the LP series was set and ready. It was time to conquer my demons. So I don't have a whole lot to say about the LP itself. Honestly, I think it speaks for itself. God, I hate this game. Yeah, it really does. The only thing I will say is that looking back, I do wish I put more emphasis on I only hate 100%ing this game. Which in all fairness, I did try to say here and there, but it wouldn't shock me if some folks still got the wrong idea. Some people were wondering though, do I actually hate this game that much? Do I actually get as angry as I hinted at with the commentary? Yes. Yes, I do. There's a reason I'm kind of glad post-commentary won that poll I posted on whether to do it live or in post, because if I did it live, I would have been censoring so many words. You probably won't even understand what I'm saying most of the time. I also started something that I'm probably most well known for now. God, I hate this game. God, I hate this game. God, I hate this game.
Say the line, Bart.
God, I hate this game. Yep, starting every part with that exact phrase. I'm probably more well known for that than I am confusing John Smith with John Hammond now.
I'll follow this deer.
I mean, after all, it is kind of a race to save John Hammond.
John Hammond?
I think of Jurassic Park for some reason.
Save the dinosaurs!
John Smith, I'm sorry.
Save the dinosaurs, save the world!
I kid you not, if I forgot to say that in any of my commentaries, I would immediately scrap and start all over again, just to make sure I put that line in there. That's how important it was to me. I also want to try and expand on the story I was trying to tell by sounding more exhausted or like I'm forcing myself to say it with each part, which you may be able to tell in the compilation I put together if you want to check that out. But I also had another idea. Since I'm in the process of moving anyways, how about another live action joke like I sometimes do with that Toad doll, for example? How about go full angry gamer moment and set a reproduction copy of this game on fire? Yes, it was a reproduction cartridge, you can all calm down now. Especially because by this point I had found yet another copy of DKC3 at a gaming convention. Yeah, if you ever wondered why I have multiple copies of DKC3 and why they all look different in the different shots throughout the LP series, it's solely because I needed video of the cartridge, and I already packed away mine for the move. So yeah, I spent my hard-earned money on multiple copies of a game I don't like for my viewers. God, what am I doing with my life? Funny to think my old fire pit's last use for me was burning a reproduction cartridge. But of course that was just to play further into the story of I can't escape DKC3 no matter how hard I try. Looking back at these scenes though, I have to admit, I really wish I hadn't packed away my camcorder because I'm really not proud of the cell phone footage. But it's what I had and I knew I didn't want to pass this up, so I did what I could. Sorry if the cell phone footage sucks though, I'm not proud of it, trust me. Then I had another fun idea. What if the same guy who helped me face my demons in the first place came back to force me into finishing it?
I just hope this isn't your attempt at intimidation, Joe, because it's not going to work. I've been on the internet for a long time now. There isn't a thing I haven't seen yet. There's no way you can convince me to... What the f***?
I know how you like Crystal from Star Fox, so I went ahead and got an artist to do some fan art for you. You like it?
I imagine some folks saw Joe's second appearance as kind of a heel turn, but truthfully, I always imagine more as like a form of tough love. Also, yes, I paid money for that artwork for a joke. Plus the thumbnail. I probably spent more on this LP series than any of my previous ones before. Worth it though. Speaking of the art, since I mentioned it, I want to give a special thank you to Yoshi700 for the thumbnail and Epic Frick for the ship art that I was using in this series, as I do feel without those pieces, this LP wouldn't have been as fun as it was. Yes, I said fun. The actual game part wasn't fun, but everything else was. Honestly, yeah, I'd say so. If I could do this LP series again, I obviously would have changed up a few things and handled everything a little differently. It's not my most viewed LP series. That still goes to Animal Boxing, and honestly, I'm not sure those views will ever be topped. But I am still glad that I finally finished DKC3 to 100%, and can now say I've done it with all 3 games. Do I ever plan to 100% DKC3 ever again?
You serious?
No! Never! Not unless it was for a good cause. But we'll see if that ever happens. And hey, some great things really did come after this LP series. Not only did it boost my subscriber count, but I actually got to appear on Super Joe Bros channel to discuss DKC3. Hello there everybody, this is Nayoshi here, and today I have taken over Super Joe Bros YouTube channel. I read his DKC3 review and all I can say is, this makes IGN reviews look good by comparison. So that is why I'm here to give you all the proper review you all deserve.
Oof. Alright, seems like I need to head back to the drawing board with this video.
I will admit, it was a dream come true to hear my voice on someone else's channel for once, and a huge honor as well. But I do gotta admit, I could have probably explained some of my points better on that video. I'm not the best with a live mic, if you couldn't tell based on my live commentaries on the Resident Evil series and my live streams. But even so, I'm still proud that I finally made it on Joe's channel. Twice as the make of this video. Hello there everybody, this is Nayoshi here, and I have once again taken over Super Joe Bros channel. Just a word of advice, Joe, you should really change your password from Donkey Kong 64 Rules with a C. It's not 2000s anymore, bro, that's not cool anymore.
I gotta change that password.
Here's hoping becomes 3 real soon. I've mentioned his name a lot, so it's only right I say it. Thank you, Joe, for helping me out with this series and everything else in between. You truly are one of the greats in my book. Outside of that, after DKC3, I moved on to my favorite video game of all time, Super Mario World. I did a real fun LP series of that, and as of currently I'm wrapping up Banjo-Kazooie, Mario Party 5, and the new Star Fox. But that does leave an important question. Will I ever touch DKC3 again? Well, truth be told, there are still 2 things left with it that I haven't done yet. And that leads to the announcement. It worked once before, so what the heck, let's see if I can go 2 for 2. As of the recording of this video, I have 682 subscribers. I'm still trying hard to reach 1,000, and that's where you guys can come in again. You up for another deal? How about this? If I can reach 1,000 subscribers by this time next year, I'll 105% DKC3, but this time with live commentary. You'll hear every single swear, every outburst, and possibly hear me break down questioning where I went wrong with my life. Just to clarify though, it will be an LP series, not a live stream, just because those are easier to plan out and record for me. Heck, maybe I'll even make it Christmas theme and put in the Christmas cheat code. Doesn't mean I'll upload it around Christmas. Maybe. I mean, Rudolph did get a lot of views, didn't it? Maybe I should replay that game. Maybe. But we'll see. Do I expect this to work?
Nah.
Honestly, no, not really. But hey, it's all in good fun, right? But considering how it worked out last time, who knows? We'll see. But anyways, folks, that's enough about DKC3. Right now, I'm going to focus on games that I do love and enjoy playing instead. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Later.